take it easy on him.
He's already in trouble with
Well, this is worse than church.
Hey yo, it's Highway, and you're watching Morgan Sports Network.
Sitting in my room for the 5th time the same night. Can't even describe my urge to fight in my mind. Figuring out where do I even start, and I've done this 100 times. Sometimes you just need a restart, yeah. Need to unload your mind and put it back in the shopping cart. Hoping the next day you'll go through with that.
You the main cameraman?
All right, Ty, here we are. Welcome back, Morgan Trojan fans. This is the Morgan Sports Network broadcast of our Morgan High Trojan versus North Summit duel tonight. We've got a lot of great matches. We've got some forfeits, but we're looking forward to this duel tonight. Tyler, tonight the Morgan Trojans come into this working on a great year already. They've had some big success against some bigger schools. But so far in the preseason rankings for Morgan tonight, they are the 10th ranked team in all classifications in all of wrestling. So that says a lot about our wrestlers that we've got going tonight, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. They have a strong team, a lot of depth this year. A lot of kids came out. From what I've seen, they definitely have a lot of talent and a good chance this year to do well.
In 3A, Morgan is the 2nd ranked team behind. Tyler's going to take a guess at this.
Juab.
Oh, very good guess, Tyler. Juab has a great wrestling team this year as well, and the Trojans are going to look to battle them at the state tournament. Hopefully can come away with a win, but it's going to be a tough chore for sure because they've got a lot of good wrestlers too. But individually for our team tonight, we've got a couple of wrestlers that are going to be ranked. Almost all of our wrestlers are going to be ranked in the top 6 in the 3A classification. At the 106-pound division, we've got Ryler Jorgensen, who in the preseason was ranked number 6. Rowdy Peterson for Juab was ranked number 1. We don't have somebody ranked at the 120-pound division. The 132-pound, Blake Woolsey is ranked 2nd there in that 132-pound division. He's a returning state champion, so that's a lot of respect for Byron Christensen to be ranked above him from Emory. But Blake's going to be a great wrestler throughout this whole year for sure, and he's going to be expected to be wrestling there at the end come state championship time. In the 144-pound division, we've got Zach Sargent, who was ranked in a preseason number 3 position. 157, we didn't have somebody ranked. 175, we had Lance Toon, who was ranked 3rd. 215, we had Jackson Larson, ranked preseason number 4. 113, we had Drew Korth at number 3. And 126, his brother, Will Korth, was the number 1 ranked wrestler at the 126-pound division. Garrett Myers came in at number 6 for the 138, and Jaren Campbell came in 2nd for the 150. We even had Everett Gilson at 165 as the 3rd ranked wrestler, and Riker Adams number 2 at 190, and Cole Keel was the number 1 ranked wrestler at 285. That's what we're going to see tonight, is those guys out here on the mat going up against some good North Summit athletes for sure. A couple of those North Summit athletes were ranked in the preseason as well in the 2A classification. In the 2A classification, Bronson Richards was ranked 2nd for the North Summit Braves in the 132-pound, and he'll be going against Blake Woolsey tonight, so that ought to be a heck of a match. That's going to be the last match of the night, so that's going to be our match of the night. What do you expect in that match?
That should be a great match. I agree. Bronson's a good wrestler. Both of them are stingy with points, so I think that'll be a good battle for sure.
It for sure will be. We're looking forward to that one, and they're going to make us wait for it. That's probably designed that way. I don't know if they arbitrarily chose that weight. You know how that works, though.
Right. I think they saved that one for last on purpose. It'd be nice if it was close at that point.
For sure. It looks like we're going to have a lot of forfeits there for North Summit tonight, so the team score is probably going to be a little bit weighted in our favor when we get to that match anyway. So I don't know that it's going to be in jeopardy to make the decision about who wins the duel, because there are a few matches that North Summit's going to obviously forfeit. In the 157-pound division for North Summit, Cutler Blondquist was ranked as a preseason. Well, actually, this isn't preseason for the 2A. They actually updated these rankings just the other day for the 2A. So right now, Cutler Blondquist is ranked number 4 in that 157-pound division. And so our 157-pound is going to be Jaren Campbell.
Actually, it looks like he's moved down since those preseason rankings.
Yeah, he's cut some weight, huh? So tonight he's going to be going up against Sargent.
So that'll be another good match.
Another great match.
Another one of our good young wrestlers.
Wiley Staples was a preseason or a current ranked wrestler for North Summit at the 215-pound division. And so tonight looks like he's staying at that 215 class, and he'll be wrestling Trayson Rich. So Wiley is expected to be a good wrestler for North Summit and score some points there in that match as well. Tonight, we're going to have, to get started, we're going to have our national anthem by Matt Stokes here in just a little bit. Tell me about what it's like when we're going into a duel like this, Tyler. Are you more nervous, or are you more excited? What are you feeling when you're a wrestler down there sitting on the chairs getting ready for this?
You know, I think a little of both. Nervous, excited. These kids they're kind of midway through the season now. I think a little bit of the nerves have probably gone away, and a lot of these kids have wrestled for so many years now. They've seen these kids before. They practice with them outside of high school. A lot of these kids wrestle extra, freestyle, wrestle down at the Sanderson Academy. So a lot of them will know their opponents already or have seen them before, practiced with them elsewhere. But yeah, I definitely think it's exciting. And like you said, North Summit's always been a close rivalry for Morgan. It looks like their team's not as strong as it has been in the past, but I still think it'll be a good duel with some good energy.
For sure. That's the one thing that I love about this is, wrestling, there's nothing more exciting than when you have just two guys mano-a-mano out there on the mat. There's nowhere to hide. So, yeah, when you say nerves and excitement, it's probably both for sure. And you're right. I think these guys know each other a lot more than it probably used to be back in the day. North Summit, when we wrestled them, it was a big rivalry for us. We're going back to 95, right?
Right.
Back in the day, it was a big rivalry, and heck, half of them were probably your cousins, so you knew them pretty well. But today, there's so much wrestling going on, not just at the high school level, that you're going to see these kids all over the state when you're going to different tournaments. And it's not necessarily just in high school that you have these matches and have seen these, right? So there is some familiarity for these kids for sure. We're going to go ahead and take a break now as we have the national anthem. And then as we introduce the wrestlers, we'll get back to you and we'll go from there. Again, this is Matt Stokes, a teacher here at the high school that's going to sing the national anthem. Alrighty, there you have it. That's Matt Stokes, a science teacher here at the high school with our national anthem. Thank you, Matt. That was awesome. Tonight, a couple of other quick things, Tyler, before we get started on our starting lineups and the individual matches. Morgan's got 2 wrestlers that are ranked in the Beehive top 25. That's an independent site. I know that if anybody that knows anything about wrestling, they know about that. People love to go on there and talk and chat it up to say who should be ahead of who. But just being named on that list is certainly an honor because that doesn't break it down by classification. That's not 3A, 1A, 2A. That's all classifications in the state of Utah. Coming in at number 15 is Will Korth. What do you think about Will and his chances for a state championship this year?
You know, Will's a great wrestler with a great chance of another state championship. He's been wrestling his whole life. He loves it. It's what he loves to do. It's what his family loves to do. Him and his younger brother on the team this year, wrestling together. It's a great opportunity. I think Will's got a good chance to do it again this year.
He finally got one last year, so he'll be a returning state champion, and it's probably pretty exciting for him to be able to wrestle with his little brother and show him the ropes. His little brother probably thinks he's better than him, though, probably, right?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some brother rivalry there.
Our second wrestler ranked in the Beehive top 25 is Blake Woolsey. He's number 18 in the top 25, so pretty exciting. What do we expect out of Blake this year?
You know, the same thing. Blake's another great wrestler with a great opportunity. These two have grown up wrestling together. They've been similar in size and weight. A couple years ago, they were stuck in the same weight together, had to wrestle each other in the state championship. So
we're starting with our starting lineups here, folks. That first match that was introduced will be Garrett Myers and Riley Brundy from North Summit. At the 144 classification, Donovan Gibson will get the forfeit. They don't have a wrestler from North Summit there. Here we go at 150. We've got Zach Sargent from Morgan versus Cutler Blondquist of North Summit. Here's Zach to the mat with Cutler. Next up will be our 157 match. For Morgan, this will be Jaren Campbell. And for North Summit, it's going to be Caden Dudley. Here comes Jaren. Next up at 165, as his dad calls him, Big Ev, we've got Everett Gilson. And unfortunately for Big Ev, no match tonight. There will be a forfeit from North Summit for that 165 match. Now that's the best walkout song I've heard so far. Some Johnny Cash.
Yeah, something new they've started.
At 175, we're going to have Lance Toon for Morgan. And unfortunately for Lance, he will not have a match tonight either. There'll be another forfeit for North Summit at that weight. Oh, now we got some Waylon Jennings here for Lance coming out. Some good old boys. Guess you always feel awkward when you run out there and there's not somebody else on the other side.
It is kind of awkward.
Next up at 190, Cade Galbraith for Morgan and Adrian Chavez for North Summit. Welcome to the mat, Cade Galbraith. Next match, 215 pounds. Trayson Rich from Morgan versus Wiley Staples of North Summit. You mentioned that you know Wiley. He's a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah, that should be a good match.
Here comes Trayson. Trayson looks good. That's a slim 215. Do you think he
Yeah.
really weighs 215?
He was light coming into this season. He's definitely slimmed down a lot since last year. He's gotten into a lot better shape. He enjoys working out, he said. So
I'd be surprised if he weighs 215, but he looks
really
good. Next up at 285, Aiden Thompson from Morgan versus Logan Judd from North Summit. I'm excited to see that match. Even if they're not ranked in the preseason, I just think that's an exciting match. I love watching Aiden play football, and if he plays with the tenacity that he plays in football and wrestling, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Next up, we go back to our 106-pound. This is going to be Corbin Kilgore from Morgan versus Stephen Meek from North Summit. We've got the big guys and the little guys right next to each other. Next up at 113, this is going to be Ryler Jorgensen versus Colby Jones from North Summit. I know Ryler pretty well. Ryler's brother is married to my daughter, so I'm excited to be able to come and watch him wrestle tonight. His brother wishes him the best, but I don't know. There was probably some sibling rivalry there too. This is our 120-pound match. Reese Carter from Morgan will take the forefoot over the North Summit team in that class. 126, we have Drew Korth for Morgan, and he also will not have a match tonight. There will be a forfeit for North Summit there. If you've ever watched the NFR or the PBR, they always have the match of the night. That's where we get the best cowboy against the best bull, hopefully the highest scoring match. Well, this is our match of the night, Tyler, right here. This is Blake Woolsey, 132 for Morgan versus Bronson Richards from North Summit. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. That'll be fun to watch.
And the nice thing is you got to stick around till the end to see it.
Yep. Keeps everybody here.
All right. Now that the starting lineups and the matches have been introduced, we'll have some captains come here to the center, and then we're going to kick this off. Our first match tonight, it'll go just in that order that we had. So Garrett Myers from Morgan will be wrestling Riley Brundy from North Summit right off the bat. What are we choosing here, Tyler, in this
Usually it's
coin flip?
It's an odd or even, so it gives you, depends on which matches get the choice first.
Okay. So when we're choosing up, down, or neutral, that's what that determines?
Right.
Okay.
If you get that choice on the odd or even matches.
Gotcha. All right. One thing I love about wrestling is we don't delay. There's no timeouts. There's no TV timeouts. We're going to get going, and it's just going to keep moving. So we're going to kick this off, like I said, with Garrett coming out against Riley. So here we go. So right now, Tyler, when we're doing this, is this more of a filling out process, or is this just you're trying to look to see what you think might be the best choice to make? I mean, obviously Garrett shoots there and doesn't get the single leg or a double leg, but what was he trying to do? What do you think he's thinking?
So I think in most matches, the first few seconds, you're definitely filling out your opponent, trying to set up your own offense, your own shots, some arm fighting there. They're trying to get inside control, tying up the arms, the elbows, hand control, trying to work your offense.
Is that usually what most wrestlers are going to do, is really focus on their own offense, or are some wrestlers more prone to just kind of trying to play defense?
There's definitely both. Some of them that are a little slower paced and wrestle a tight match.
Oh, there's a nice single right there by Garrett. Let's see if he can hold on to that.
And some of them love to just push the pace and score, score, score.
He's going to get the takedown there.
Nice double leg.
Gets around, gets those points. Garrett's now going to be 2. score here early in the first period, 2-0 for Garrett. He's working this hold, seeing what he can get out of it. So right here,
he's working for looks like a far side cradle there. He's got
far
the
side
leg gathered
cradle.
up.
He does have that leg and the head,
The
right?
hands locked.
If he can just roll him over, right?
Yep. Sit him back.
Oh, there he goes. He's got it. Now he's just got to hold him there, right?
Yep.
Done.
10.
All right, first match of the night. That was awesome. A nice cradle there by Garrett to get the pin. He's going to get the 6 points for the Morgan Trojans. That pin, Riley over Riley Brundy for North Summit. That was a good match there for Garrett.
That'll be 6 points, Morgan.
There's our another 6 points for Morgan, a forfeit there at 144. And now we've got another good match here for Zach Sargent versus Cutler Blondquist here at the 150 classification. Your team score is already 12-0 for Morgan. So now we'll have Zach and Cutler come out.
Yeah, those forfeits are going to be hard to overcome, but like you said, Cutler was one that was ranked in the 2A, so this should be a good match.
Oh, a nice shot there by Zach. He's got looking for a double leg. Settles for no legs.
Come back out. Got his head caught in between.
I thought he had it there for a second, but just didn't quite get a good enough grip there on Cutler. Tries again for a
nice
double.
Shot. Oh,
there you go.
switch to a head throw.
Oh, good slick move there by Cutler. I mean, that was to avoid that. I thought Zach had him for the head throw and was going to score some points. That's going to score 2 for Cutler, so early right now, 2. Oh, we get an escape there for Zach, so 2-1 now for Cutler. Cutler looks a little bit more solid here than Zach. Zach's a little bit more long and lengthy, and maybe it appears to be a little bit more athletic, but sometimes that can be deceiving here in wrestling, right?
Right.
Even the biggest, toughest, strongest guy that lifts a ton of weight doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be the best wrestler.
Nope. They usually say the long, tall guys have
a big
better
advantage.
leverage and reach advantage.
Zach going for another double leg. Can't quite get that either. Cutler's been playing some good defense there.
He has. Catching the arms on the way in.
So right here, is this just looking for an opportunity, or is this more you're tired?
Yeah, I think taking a little break and looking to set something up here. Zach was looking for a trip.
Trying to head throw there again.
Oh.
Cutler with a great move there again. He's going to keep his feet in. Does he get those points?
They're going to call him out of bounds.
He's not going to get those points. So score is still 2-1, and that does end our first period on that out of the circle move there. So we'll go to the second period. And like Tyler told you, based on that toss in the early, this is going to be, looks like Zach's decision, and he's going to choose bottom. What kind of a strategy do you play in these situations right here, Tyler? Why do some wrestlers just prefer bottom, or do you look for your coach to give you advice on that decision based upon the score, or what do you think is the most important part of playing into that decision?
Yeah, most wrestlers, I think, look to their coach for advice in that situation, and you definitely want to pick where your strengths are. If you're a good wrestler off the bottom, if you can get up and score that point, that's where most wrestlers are going to choose to start because you have a chance to score from the bottom.
Which he's going to get that one right there for Zach.
Got the quick escape. So
2-2 now.
That's a good place to score. You just got to keep moving and get off the bottom. You don't want to get rode.
Right, especially, I mean, if you're pretty confident that you can get out of there, that's almost a guaranteed 1 point because it's really hard to keep you down there sometimes.
Right. Some more hand fight. Oh,
nice move by Cutler.
Their own.
Cutler's got him on his back. He's got him in trouble here for Zach.
He's going to have to hook him. And
he's got to keep moving, right?
Yep. You got to keep squirming.
You got to keep moving, keep moving.
Look to roll him through.
Yeah. Oh, nothing doing there.
Got the pin.
Cutler with a great move there That was quick, too. I mean, that was kind of looked like that caught Zach just off guard a little bit.
I think it did.
I don't think he thought he could move that quick, and so Cutler's going to get the pin there over Zach Sargent in our 150 classification. Next up, moving right along. No time to sit and talk about what just happened, but now we're on to the 157 match. This is going to be Jaren Campbell and Caden Dudley of North Summit. Jaren's been a wrestler here at Morgan High for quite a few years. I've watched him quite a few times. He's always had some really good success. I don't know that he's ever gotten over the hump to reach that goal that he's wanted of that state championship, but he's always been a really good wrestler.
Right. I believe Jaren was second in state last year. But
there was a nice single leg right there by Jaren in that trip. He scores 2 for him.
Yep. Now he's looking for some near fall.
He finished second last year, you said?
I believe so. I believe Jaren made the finals last year and finished second.
So hopefully to this year he can improve upon that, just one spot better.
Yep, there he.
Always got the cradle. This is going to be over, folks. Oh, no.
Gets his 3 and
gets the 3 points there. He's going to be 5-0 over
another turn
Caden.
here for some more near fall.
It almost appeared like Jaren kind of let that go.
Yeah, sometimes
do you think that he wants a little bit more time?
Sometimes they like to work the turns and score some cheap near fall points and just get some time on the mat.
Right. That's the one thing about wrestling that you don't necessarily, you got a practice partner and you get a lot of time at practice, but it's not necessarily a game situation, right? So sometimes this time out here on the mat, even though you might think that, or you might know that you can beat your opponent pretty handily, sometimes you don't want to just take it right off the get-go. Sometimes you want to have that mat time and work a couple of things out or try something new, right?
Yep, it is nice to try some things that you worked on all week and have that game time experience.
Another move there by Jaren to score another 2 points. He's now 9-1 over
Working
Caden.
Another turn there.
Is that a crossface right there?
Yeah, cross face, lift the leg and step through. Just looking for some cheap near fall here. Oh, he's got him.
Looks like he might finish this.
He might.
Yep, there we go, folks. There's a pin for Jaren Campbell at our 157 weight over Caden Dudley of North Summit. Another 6 points for Morgan on the team score. We're going to get another 12 points right here because we've got 2 forfeits. So Big Everett Gilson's coming out at the 165-pound weight. Oh, that was exciting there for a second.
Had to make a move on the ref.
Nice move by Everett, except there was no one there. He's going to get the win by forfeit. Lance Toon is coming out. Lance Toon is going to also get the win by forfeit at our 175-pound weight. He's happy to get his arm raised there. Now we're going to go on to our 190 weight. We've got Cade Galbraith of Morgan versus Adrian Chavez of North Summit.
That's too bad to have those forfeits. I always hated getting
well,
a
yeah,
forfeit.
I mean,
you work hard all week, and this is kind of your payoff. And
yeah, and then you don't have anybody to wrestle.
Match, that's no fun.
Yeah. And it's not a true result of what the team's score could have really been, right?
Right.
I'm sure most wrestlers enjoy the work and would rather earn those points rather than just walking out.
Yeah, you definitely want to wrestle. Oh,
nice move there by Cade to avoid that head throw and sneak in there and get the 2 points. We've got him, Cade, 2-0 over Adrian.
Out of bounds.
I know some wrestlers right there really like to try to pull them back, not let them get out of the circle. Did it matter to you? Did you mind knowing that you're going to come back and they're going to be on bottom?
You know, back in the day, a lot of people would wrestle around the sidelines, but nowadays they're really pushing the stall calls, and they'll actually call you for evading the mat if you're trying to get out of bounds.
If you're trying to get out of the circle?
Yeah, they really try to keep you in the center and keep the action going. Cade going for the
cradle right there.
Cradle there.
This is going to be over too.
Got it nice and tight.
That's done. Nice move there by Cade Galbraith to get the pin over Adrian Chavez at the 190 weight class. Now we've got at 215, Trayson Rich versus Wiley Staples. Both these guys have been wrestling for a couple of years, so good experience out there on the mat.
Yeah.
Trayson's finally moved up to varsity and looking to cement his position there.
Yeah, this will be good experience for him tonight.
Wiley, I've seen him wrestle before, and he's just a guy that's just not easily moved. He has a lot of lower body strength, and it's kind of that analogy of pushing against a wall, right?
Good solid base. Usually when you get into these upper weights, these guys, either one of the guys is afraid to be on the bottom. So
yeah, they don't like to be on the bottom, and so they're gonna
see a lot of hand fighting.
Yeah, it seems like
they're waiting
maybe to most people this isn't as exciting, right? There's not gonna be a lot of single or double leg takedowns.
No, not usually.
This is our head throwing, just trying to slip a move.
Yep, trip, catch him off balance.
Again, this is our 215 weight class, and we've got Trayson Rich of Morgan versus Wiley Staples of North Summit. There's no score here yet early on. We've got about 25 seconds to go here in the first period. Both wrestlers just trying to look and see what the opportunities they've got, but nothing has happened yet so far. Maybe once we get past this first period and somebody's got to choose up, down, or neutral, maybe we can get some action there.
Right.
Looks like Wiley was trying for a trip there. With the
end of the first period.
Trayson avoids that.
0-0.
0-0 after the first. So right now the team score is Morgan 24, North Summit 6.
So Trayson deferred his choice there to the third period, and North Summit chose down.
Wiley chose down. Now we should see some wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, a little
roll through
acrobatic move there. Wiley's looking to get the one. He does. Wiley's got the one there for the escape. Wiley's up 1-0 now.
Trayson's working the head there, looking for.
See if he can get around there. Come on. Oh, Trayson, go, 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 go.
Wiley hooked the elbow
Get around,
there.
get around, get around.
Trayson,
Get the
nice.
2. There we
Trayson
go.
Circles behind, gets his 2.
Trayson gets that 2 there. Now he can look to do something.
The ref's holding up locking hands call. He kept his hands locked, so that's going to be 1 point.
1 point for Wiley.
For Wiley there, yep.
And he has to break the hold, right?
Yep.
We have to restart.
As soon as you get to the mat, you got to break those hands.
Okay. So now it's 2-2 after that 1 point awarded to Wiley for the hand clench. Oh, and now, so I guess
Trayson decided
to
to position and just let him
take the point, take the escape. So now Wiley's up 3-2.
Sometimes instead of expending the energy to try to keep him down, you'll see wrestlers do that. Just start in the neutral position and award him the 1 point.
It seemed like when Trayson was down on the bottom, though, he was doing some good work. But he gets a 2 there.
Gets the 2, yep.
I thought he would want to. I would think he would want to have Wiley still down, but nope. He's going to let him up, and he's going to give the 1 again. So 4-4 now.
So if you find it's easier to take him down, or you're more successful.
Oh boy. Oh, they're both trying head throws there and tripping.
Whoop.
Trayson turns and faces. Maybe part of the deal here is Trayson thinks he can wear him down, wear him out.
Yeah, he was having success taking him down there. You just don't want to wear yourself out. And
trying to hold him down and then expend all your energy, and that guy just needs to roll over, right?
Right. End of the second, still tied, 4-4.
So now it'll be Wiley's choice here for the third period, and he's going to choose neutral.
I believe it was Trayson's because
he deferred.
He
deferred.
the second
Correct.
period.
Yep.
Working the head.
So out of that position, what's the best choice for you to try to get?
He's just kind of trying to use his weight to put weight on top of Wiley and just get him down to the mat, get him down to his hands and knees, and then circle behind.
Just make him expend some energy. And
yeah.
Oh no, Trayson goes down there.
Looked like he
Wiley looks to capitalize.
stepped on his foot for a minute.
But nothing.
No score
no,
yet.
No score, but now Wiley's going to get that takedown.
Wiley.
He's going to score 2 there. That's going to put him up 6-4 over Trayson. Unfortunate there for Trayson. Just seemed like he just kind of tripped over his own foot.
Yeah, yep. Looks like he got stepped on and got caught off balance a little bit. So he's got a minute left, minute 4.
Got to make up these 2 points.
He's got to come off the bottom quick. Look for a reversal or an escape.
He can get the escape and get the reversal. Get the 3.
Comes up.
Looking to get
hand
those hands
control.
off. He
There
does. He gets the 1.
Now it's 5-6.
5-6 with a minute to go, right?
Yep. Needs to get in and work that takedown.
He's got to score something here. Both of these guys look like they've expended a lot of energy, are pretty tired, but you only got 40 seconds left to go, so you got to do something.
Yep, you got to dig deep here. This is third period.
Crowd's excited, obviously. They're cheering him on, both wrestlers. Wiley had his arm there for a minute, looked to do something with it, but Trayson breaks out of that.
Looks for those openings on the break.
We got 20 seconds here to go, Tyler.
Oh,
Trayson tries the head throw and misses.
That's 2 more for Wiley.
It's going to be 8-5 now.
Down 3 now.
That's going to do it, right?
Looks like he's pretty tired now.
Wiley's on top. He's just going to stay there and just put all of his weight onto Trayson and just try to hold it. You're going to have a decision there for Wiley Staples at our 215-pound classification. Great match between Trayson and Wiley. Wiley's going to get the 3 points for that decision over Trayson for his team. That's going to put the team score at 24-9 for the Trojans. Next up, we've got Aiden Thompson versus Logan Judd here in our 285 weight class. I think I've seen Logan at past matches. Is his mother pretty involved with North Summit Wrestling?
They might, I don't know Logan.
I saw a woman that came in that I've seen when I was taking my son to wrestling tournaments, and I think she's been to every North Summit Wrestling tournament since then. And she walked in here tonight, so I'm sure he's probably related to her.
I can't tell.
Yeah, it looks like Logan's got a little scratch there on his face right now already. So
that must have been a pre-existing. They're usually pretty good about stopping it for blood time. So
yeah, I don't think it's actually cut. I just think it's looks like it's been rubbed there. Yeah. Aiden and Logan trying to figure each other out right here, just working those clinches and trying to look for an opportunity. They are going to stop it now.
Blood time North
I'm
Summit.
sure that because of that scratch, I'm sure it doesn't take much for it to open up and actually bleed, right?
Right. Yeah.
So with blood time, what is that? If we have too many stoppages, you award points, or how does that work, Tyler?
I believe each wrestler gets 5 minutes, so they can stop as many times as they need to. But when they exceed the 5
minutes of
time
stoppage,
period, then it's a forfeit, I believe.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it feels too good.
They're going to do everything they can to cauterize it looks like.
Yeah, this is where the solution to fixing it is usually worse than what caused it.
Right.
Spray some alcohol or something on there to try to seal it up, and or get something really cold.
Yeah, it's in a hard spot to cover.
Yeah, our producer over here, Mike Despain, mentions that Aiden plays on the defensive line, nose tackle for the Morgan Trojan football team, and he said he looks like a real fit 285 there. He says he doesn't think he looks that big, but Aiden's a big, strong kid for sure, but maybe not 285.
Yeah, he is a big, strong kid. I think he's on the low end of the heavyweight for sure. I think he's actually going to try to get down to 215.
To wrestle that way?
To wrestle that weight later in the year, so.
Yeah, that cut for Logan is right where the headgear goes, and I'm sure it just keeps rubbing on it, and it's going to just probably keep opening up quite a bit.
Yeah.
We've got 15 seconds to go here in the first period between Aiden Thompson and Logan Judd. Aiden for Morgan, Logan for North Summit. Haven't had too much action yet. We've had one stoppage for blood time. Oh, Aiden looked like he had something going there.
He did.
Back in the day, I always thought that it had to be both wrestlers were out of the circle. Is that not the case, or why do we sometimes stop it even when only one of them's out?
If they look like they're going out fairly quickly, the ref will stop it just for safety. If one wrestler lands out and the other wrestler lands with 2 feet in, they'll allow the
move
match
to continue.
Yep, they'll allow you to score out of bounds.
Yeah, I see some wrestlers that they kind of dig those toes in, trying to keep that guy from getting out, so they want to try to score.
Yeah, they know if they're about to score on the edge of the mat, they got to keep 2 toes in, so you'll see them stretch the toes, trying to.
I remember a match that I watched Jorgensen wrestle for one of his state championships, and he was wrestling a kid by the name of Carrillo from American Leadership Academy, and Jarrett had the match in hand, it seemed like, and was cruising to a victory. And then all of a sudden, Carrillo got a couple of points and got a reversal, and he had Jarrett right by the edge of the circle. And I'm sure Jarrett was thinking, where's the edge? I got to get out of here.
Yep.
And he did, but then he came back and put it back in control. But sometimes that's a big advantage if you know where you're at on the mat, right, and can realize what needs to happen.
Definitely use that to your advantage. Oh, Aiden gets up in a
Aiden's
hurry.
trying to get this point. Oh, he gets the trip, but he does get out. He gets that escape.
That was nice work.
1
Good
point there
hustle.
for Aiden. That was good. High energy there on that escape. I think I'd be a little bit more excited if the team scores 36-9 right now, if all of those points came from actual wins.
Right.
Most of our points have come from forfeits, but we've still scored a lot. Oh, there's a good single leg by Aiden, but again, out of the circle.
Yeah, definitely. Those forfeits that's a big deficit to overcome. The team score is not going to.
I just want to see those matches.
But not going to do justice tonight for sure.
I want to see some of those kids wrestle.
So the ref calls stalling there.
So no point awarded, or just a warning?
The first stall is a warning.
Okay. There we go. Aiden gets around and gets those 2 points. He's looking to push him over.
He's working the half.
Trying to get that half, right?
Yep.
He does.
Oh, he's got it.
Got the half, and now he's got him.
He's right on the edge of the mat.
He's pulling him back. There it is. Nice pin by Aiden Thompson of Morgan over Logan Judd of North Summit. Good match there for Aiden. What'd you see there with Aiden that you liked?
You know, I liked his energy. I liked his aggressiveness. I liked
that
his
escape
energy.
was perfect,
Yeah.
right? I mean, most guys are just trying to get the hands off. He came up out of there firing.
I especially like to see that out of a heavyweight. It's kind of nice to explode and get out. They can expend a lot of energy if they get stuck on the bottom.
Now we're down here to your weight.
Yeah.
This is the 106 classification. Corbin Kilgore for Morgan and Stephen Meek for North Summit. This is where it's usually fast and furious.
Yeah, these guys are usually a little more active.
Steven right there with the 2 points. Good takedown by him. Looking to work a move here.
He's working hand control there on top.
Oh, he's got a half.
Switches sides.
Now, obviously, if you bring that other hand up on the half, it can't clinch with the other hand. Obviously, you've got a full, and that's an illegal move, right?
If both hands go under both arms, if you're on top like he was, that's what they call a power half. If he goes under both arms and on top of the head, then they'll stop.
That's okay.
It.
Oh, they'll stop that.
They'll stop that for a full Nelson.
That was always my favorite move back in wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Stevens in control here over Corbin. 2-0 right now. There's about 40 seconds to go in our first period of this 106-pound match.
Corbin's close to a one-point escape. He needs to get his head out there and score before.
Yeah, he's looking to try to get the single leg there instead of maybe getting the escape, right?
Yep.
He does get that single leg. If he can now get around.
He's going to go straight to a reversal, but he's 25 seconds. He's got to come around behind. That top man, they still got him in control.
Stevens trying to stay on top, even though Corbin has that single leg. He just hasn't been able to gain an advantage from it yet.
Called a stalemate.
So that's where we're just not moving enough, or?
Yeah, no action.
Okay.
The Corbin will still be on bottom. 10 seconds.
2-0 for Stephen Meek here over Corbin Kilgore in the first. Corbin looking to get the escape, but doesn't look like he's going to have enough time to do that. So Corbin just deferred there, right?
Yep. First to the third.
And Stevens going to choose neutral. Oh, a nice shot there by Steven. Now Corbin looked like you never want to pull, right? I've always been told don't pull. Looked like Steven or Corbin just pulled Steven right on top of him.
Yeah, I think he got caught with his feet under him a little bit too much there. He couldn't sprawl and get his feet out behind him, so he just kind of buckled.
It was lucky that Steven kind of bounced off, but that's going to give Steven another 2 points, and he's going to be up 4-0 now over Corbin in this second period.
Oh, needs to kick there.
Oh, he got him. Good move by Steven there to get that. Even though that looked like he didn't have necessarily a lot of control, he really did.
Yeah, he had the arm and just rolled him over and stacked him up on his shoulders.
A nice pin by Stephen Meek of North Summit over Corbin Kilgore. That's going to give North Summit 6 more points. It's going to make our team score 42-15 tonight so far. We've got a couple of matches left. We've got 4 more to go. Next up in our 113-pound match, we're going to have Ryler Jorgensen versus Colby Jones of North Summit.
This should be another good match. I think Colby Jones, I don't know him, but I know the Jones family from up there, and they've been wrestling for a while as well.
For sure. If your last name's Jones, Ovard, Blondquist, you probably are a wrestler from North Summit. Ryler looked to defend the shot there by Colby, but there was none. Colby tried to shoot. Ryler stopped that. Looking for a throw there. And Colby's going to get that. He's going to get the takedown for 2 there over Ryler. At this point, you're looking, what's the best move right here when you're in this position?
So Ryler's got to free his hands there on the bottom and work there like he just did up to his hands and knees, and then work
get that other hand off from Colby, right?
Yeah, you got to work for hand control there. Keep him off of your hands and wrists. There you go.
There he goes. He gets up. He'll get the 1. Ryler will get that escape. We've got 2-1 for Colby over Ryler. Ryler looked for a trip there, right?
Yeah, he was stepping in looking for a throw and a trip. He's got some inside control, hand control on the other side. Stalemate, gonna bring him back to the center. 35 seconds left in the first round.
Score here, Ryler 1, Colby Jones 2. Ryler looked for a little bit of a throw there, looked for a shot. Nothing doing on those. There he goes. He gets that throw there
nice.
now. Gets control on the top. He's got top position, good control.
Got him in a leg ride there.
He's got him, right?
Could be
That's
over.
it.
Yep.
Nice pin there by Ryler Jorgensen over Colby Jones of North Summit in our 113 division. That turned real quick.
That did.
Right? I mean, there's just that one quick move, that throw. Ryler ends up on top, sinks it in, gets that riding position, and gets the win.
That's one nice thing about wrestling. Like, go ahead.
That was our 120 class. Reese Carter will take a forfeit over North Summit in 120. And now we're going to move on to 126, which will also be a forfeit for North Summit for Drew Korth, which brings us to our last match of the night.
Yeah, this is going to be a great match. What I was going to say before, one nice thing about wrestling, unlike other sports, is even if you get behind, you don't have to work your way back. You know, you don't have to bring the score all the way back necessarily. You can
right. You don't need to get
in the match even if you're behind.
3 touchdowns. One pin can do it, right?
Yep.
This is our match of the night here, folks. This is going to be Blake Woolsey from Morgan versus Bronson Richards of North Summit in the 132 classification.
Both very experienced wrestlers, been wrestling since they were 3 or 4 years old.
We didn't get to see a couple of our good wrestlers in addition to the ones that we did see tonight. We didn't get to see Will Korth. We didn't get to see Cole Keel either.
Right, Woolsey with the takedown there.
He's got his 2 points.
The Morgan Trojans, a lot of those seniors and those top wrestlers went to the Reno tournament this weekend, so they might be resting, sitting them out this week, giving some of these other kids some experience.
Well, that's a good thing to get some experience for these younger kids. However, for our viewing enjoyment, we would want to see them wrestle.
Right. A little bit of blood time there. Score 2-0 for Blake.
Blake's looking to hold Bronson down, not give up the point on the escape. Trying to work something to see if he can get some near fall points. It seems like when we're in the up or neutral position, there's a lot of action going on, but this is probably where the details come into play, right? I mean, right here, this is super important that you don't make just that one misstep one way or the other, right? I mean, if that guy feels your weight shift just a little bit too much, he can really take advantage of that, right?
Yep, exactly. So Blake's trying to be careful here, not to get too high, but keep his weight on his back, right there in the small of his back. Make him carry you. He's looking for a turn now. He's got hand control. Got 2-on-1 on that arm. Looking for some cheap near fall there.
Right there, if he can get that.
Not a move that you'll typically pin in, but
yeah,
you can
right here.
Get some cheap points here.
There he goes.
Before the end of the round, 5 seconds left.
Oh, we've only got, 3 seconds. Darn it. But he
get
does get those points.
So he'll get at least a 2 count. He's going to get 2 near fall.
Yes. That's going to put the score 4-0 for Blake Woolsey over Bronson Richards in that first period. Here we go to the second period, and Blake is going to be on bottom. He'll choose down. Bronson will be on top.
See what Bronson can do with his offense here.
Blake makes a nice base, yeah.
To his feet.
Gets the escape. One more point for Blake, 5-0. Look to take a shot there. Bronson tries his shot of his own. Oh, and then Blake goes in and gets that single leg. He's got it. Let's see if he can hold on to it. Bronson pushing on his head, trying to avoid it.
Blake trying to circle behind here.
Get another 2, right?
Yep, Bronson's got that wrist tied up. Blake wanted to come around behind, switch to a double there. Oh.
He's going to try to get both legs now.
Gave control there to Bronson, 2 takedown.
So that didn't look like Bronson had great control, but
No.
they're going to give him that too.
Yep. He had that leg inside and control on the head and arm.
Here Blake picks him up. Let's see what we can do with that. Now if Blake can just drive through, right?
Yep. Bronson's trying to hang on there just to get a stalemate.
He's got his leg and just trying to hold on for dear life.
Yep.
He knows that if Blake pushes that over, it's not going to be good.
2 reversal Blake there.
Only 18 seconds to go here in the second period. Score is 7-2 for Blake Woolsey over Bronson Richards of North Summit.
So Blake's in a good position there. He's stepped through those legs. See if he can turn him for some more near fall here.
Only 3 seconds to go.
Nope, he's going to just ride out.
Won't get those points, but it will end there at our second period of 7-2. And Bronson is going to choose neutral for the start of the third. 2 minutes left here to go. Score is still 7-2 for Blake Woolsey.
Bronson tries to stop the head and come behind.
Bronson tried to get that, right?
Yep.
Circle back. Blake just as quick on his circle. Tries to get a hold of his leg there to do something, but stalemate there.
Yep, back to their feet.
Minute 20 to go here, and score is still 7-2 for Blake. Blake just kind of rolled through that.
He's got the leg here. Blake.
If he can get to his, there he goes, there he goes.
Switch to a double.
Corbin's been really good about holding on to Blake's legs, not letting him drive through some of those moves.
Right, not finish it
but
up.
But right
Blake.
here, this is going to be interesting. Here we go. There's 2 points for Blake. That puts the score up to 9-2.
30 seconds
for
left.
Blake.
Just needs to ride out here with top control. Keep working.
Is that the thought process here, is always just ride it out and get the win, or is that mentality still, I want that pin?
You know, with a good wrestler like this, a lot of times they'll build that lead, and they're happy to just ride
take
it
the
out.
win, right?
Yep, take the win.
Don't do something stupid that's going to cause you to lose the match, because like you said earlier, you might be up 9-2, but you could still get pinned.
Yep.
There's your match. That score is going to end 9-3 for Blake Woolsey over Bronson Richards. Well, I don't know about you, Tyler, but that was fun. It just seemed like it went super quick.
It did, very fast. Those forfeits definitely make the night go quick.
Yeah, I mean, tonight we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forfeits. So normally if we have matches there, we're going to still be broadcasting to you for quite a while. But with those forfeits, that's going to end our match tonight. You're going to have a team score final of 51 for the Morgan Trojans and 15 for your North Summit Braves. Good match there for the Trojans overall. I think we saw some good wrestling from some of our younger guys, and our experienced guys showed them how to do it as well. What were your thoughts on the overall evening of the match?
Yeah, I thought it was a fun duel as well. Good to see those young kids get out and get some experience, get some varsity match time. And like you said, it'll be nice to see them wrestle against a full team. It's too bad North Summit had those gaps in their team tonight, but Morgan looked good. They got a lot of kids and a lot of depth.
That's awesome. We're congratulating the Morgan Trojans on that win. this is our very first inaugural wrestling match announcing. Hopefully, those of you that watched enjoyed it. We had a good time doing it, I think.
We did.
If I can speak for you. Hopefully, this is the first of many. We loved it, and hopefully our Trojan wrestling team can go on to have success this year in the 3A ranks, and they do awesome at the state tournament. So for Tyler Zuick, I am Ryan Turner, and we'll